Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is what healthy blood looks like. You can see the red blood cells are round and full, are floating freely, and they aren't stuck together. Now, here is what unhealthy blood looks like. Can you see how the cells are flat, without shape, almost dry looking, and how they are all tightly crammed together? They don't have the nice full shape of the healthy cells. They don't even seem to be floating like the healthy cells. These are two blood samples from the same person. Her name is Joan. She came to me frustrated and angry because even though she felt constant fatigue, daily bouts of indigestion, had bladder and yeast infections, problem with blood clots, and was on blood thinners, doctor after doctor kept telling her she was fine and that there was nothing wrong with her and that it was in her mind. One even said she should take an antidepressant. But when I showed her what her blood looked like and why she felt the way she did, and more importantly what she could do about it, her blood went from looking like this to this. In about 15 minutes, I told her what she needed to do, how it would take no more than 2 minutes a day, and she should continue to reverse all the ailments she was suffering from. Now, she says, I feel great. I feel well again. I feel like a kid. I'm sleeping deeper than I have in years and wake up rested, full of energy, and it stays that way the entire day. And she has also lost about 10 pounds of excess weight without changing her diet or doing any new exercise. Now, she's just one of many people I've been able to help by addressing the true cause of fatigue, illness, disease, and infection. There's Dana, who came to me suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome and constantly getting sick. This is what her blood looked like. The cell walls were damaged, and that's why it has that horrible shape. This kind of damage allows bacteria and viruses to enter the cells very easily, and that's why she kept getting sick. Then there's James. He came to me desperate because for 4 years he was totally disabled, could travel only in a wheelchair, and suffered severe pain. This was a result of an accidental contamination from toxic waste at work. And this is what his blood looked like. And you can see there is extreme damage to the cells. Now, with the help of the nutrient I will be sharing with you in just a bit, all of these people are healthy, fit, happy, and energetic. Again, my name is Kevin Richardson. I'm a natural health researcher and practitioner. And in this presentation, I'll share this secret with you. And by watching until the very end, you will also discover how you can use this secret to rid yourself of any ailment or disease you or a loved one is suffering from right now, even the most severe and incurable ones that doctors have turned their back on, and become completely disease-free for the rest of your life. And yes, I mean it when I say any illness, infection, or disease. Warning. Because what I'm going to reveal is so simple, so easy, and so inexpensive, and especially because it can drastically decrease or even eliminate the amount of medication you are having to take, I may be forced by the powers that be to take this free video down. If you come back tomorrow and this presentation is no longer free, don't say I didn't warn you. So watch this right now while you still can. You know, even though this may sound impossible right this moment, after you watch this entire video and do what it says, like thousands of deeply grateful people have before you, your doctor, friends, and family will be shocked at the staggering recovery your body goes through almost overnight. How suddenly even tumors and cancer cells can begin to melt away. And how people with asthma can suddenly feel like they are taking their first deep breath in decades. How clogged and hardened arteries suddenly become clean and smooth as Teflon and as toned as an athlete. And that's just to name a few incredible results. I'm going to teach you the secret in just a second, but before I do, I need to talk about the big lie that's keeping you, your family, or dear friends from being free from needless illnesses, physical pain, and disease now. And I think you'll see why I feel it's my duty to share it with you, especially after you hear about how a woman used this secret to heal a cancerous growth literally dry and fall off her skin. How a boy diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder and whose mother was being forced to dose him with powerful amphetamine drugs, which he did not want to do, was suddenly calm, happy, and able to easily focus all day long. Or how a man was desperate to help his father after he was diagnosed with dementia, was able to get his father back sharp as a tack with his old steel trap memory and zest for life. Not to mention the constant reports of people who have eliminated fatigue, digestion problems, and aches and pains they thought were just part of getting older, and all without drugs or surgery. As I'm sure you'll see, what I'll be sharing can mean the difference between the life and death of someone you love. But just a fair warning, you might be angered when you hear about how the medical community and Big Pharma have lobbied to prevent this secret from getting out. So please stay with me. What's the big lie that's keeping you from healing virtually any disease or illness without the horrible and even devastating side effects? The big lie is that a cure for the most debilitating and fatal diseases today can only be treated with medical drugs and surgery, and that any natural cure doesn't exist. As I'm about to prove to you in just a minute, a natural, inexpensive, non-chemical cure does in fact exist. The truth is, your body already has the power to kill any harmful germ, virus, bacteria, or dysfunction. And anyone can release this miraculous healing power for themselves, naturally and easily, which is what your body already wants to do, by using this one powerful, safe, natural, and abundant nutrient. In fact, after thousands of documented medical case studies dating back to the 1800s, there is one simple fact that, once you accept it, will allow you to reverse any illness and disease-proof your body. Okay, this is going to sound unbelievable to you. It certainly sounded unbelievable to me when I was going through the hundreds of case studies of healing miracles. And it was still unbelievable when I personally saw it cure illnesses doctors said were incurable. Look, there is a reason why some people, and even entire cultures, manage to live their entire lives without debilitating illnesses, while Americans are regarded as the most medicated, overweight country in the world. And it has nothing to do with their genes or with how many veggies they eat. And it certainly doesn't have anything to do with the level of medical technology they had. Sure, there were a few extreme cases I've seen and read about, like being on the verge of death, that took longer to fully recover back to living a full, even athletic life again. But all medical case studies revealed that the reason why any disease heals was because of one particular nutrient they had more of. It's a nutrient the rest of us don't have enough of. What's the secret nutrient? It's going to sound deceptively simple, but here it is. The reason why you or the people you love aren't healing from a debilitating illness or aren't feeling is not because you don't have the right drug. It's because you or your loved ones don't have enough oxygen in your cells. Remember Joan's blood in the beginning? The sole difference between her blood looking like this and this was the amount of oxygen that was getting into her blood. That was all I did to create that miraculous transformation for her. I know this sounds crazy, but it is the cold, hard truth. Every documented case study of a dramatic healing I studied, and every client I taught this therapy to, the story was the same. Plain and simple, the big secret to reversing any illness, including cancer, AIDS, clogged arteries, arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, yeast infections completely, is to oxygenate your cells in a way that makes it impossible for bacteria, cancer, or any virus to live, and to create an almost miraculous recovery and immunity to any disease, especially the diseases that are killing us in record numbers today. Let me explain. I'm sure you already know, your blood surrounds all your organs, and your blood cells carry all the nutrients to each of your organs. One of the most important nutrients, of course, is oxygen. Without adequate levels of oxygen, your cells get shriveled up, move through your body slowly, and bring your metabolism to a crawl. Just like the sick and unhealthy blood you saw earlier. When your metabolism comes to a crawl, your body starts to accelerate the aging process. Many people in the U.S. today have an internal metabolic age that is 5 to 20 years higher than their chronological age. In other words, a typical 30-year-old is, on the inside, 35 to 55 years old. And after a period of time, what's happening on the inside starts to show up on the outside. I really hope this is making sense to you. Now, here's where the penny really drops. You see, the fact is that disease-causing germs, bacteria, and viruses cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. Wherever you have high levels of oxygen in your body, harmful bacteria and viruses are killed. This has been documented and proven for over 100 years. At the same time, though, healthy cells survive and multiply more rapidly, resulting in a dramatic boost to your immune system. And this is what reverses your physical age. When your healthy cells can grow and multiply, like lean muscle cells, skin cells, and the cells of your organs, you are basically growing younger every day. Not only does oxygen destroy many disease-causing bacteria and viruses, it also destroys anything that could be potentially harmful to your body. Think of oxygen like this. It enters your body and, like a heat-seeking missile, travels through your body, finds disease or infection, kills it, and clears them out of your body. In fact, all oxygen therapies have been shown to stimulate white blood cell production, which turns your immune system into a disease-killing fortress, ready and equipped to destroy any enemy harmful germ, virus, or bacteria once it enters your body. Break down man-made chemicals, poisons, and other toxins that have entered your body. Increase the efficiency of antioxidants so you can slow down the aging process and prevent the breakdown of collagen, which melts wrinkles off your skin and keeps it as firm and youthful as a child's. And destroy all forms of cancer cells by increasing the production of something called interferon. That's the main chemical your body creates to fight cancer cells and stop them from multiplying. Long before antibiotics were ever used, many different forms of oxygen therapy were used medicinally to treat disease. Even the website of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute describes oxygen therapy as a treatment that provides you with extra oxygen, a gas that your body needs to work well. This site goes on to say that oxygen is considered a medicine, so your doctor must prescribe it. That oxygen therapy helps many people function better and be more active. That it also may help decrease shortness of breath and tiredness, improve sleep in some people who have sleep-related breathing disorders, and increase the lifespan of some people who have COPD. Then it goes on to list the various conditions that oxygen therapy has been proven to treat, such as severe pneumonia, severe asthma, respiratory distress syndrome, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, late-stage heart failure, cystic fibrosis, sleep apnea. In 1931, a man named Dr. Otto Warburg won the Nobel Prize for work proving cancer is caused by a lack of oxygen in the cells. He states in his book, The Prime Cause and Prevention of Cancer, that the cause of cancer is no longer a mystery. We know it occurs whenever any cell is denied 60% of its oxygen requirements. That was back in 1931. But documentation and proof of oxygen therapy curing virtually every disease we know of goes back to the late 1800s. So that begs the question, why aren't we hearing about this? Why isn't it a part of our everyday lives if it is such a powerful cure-all? The answer is simple. It is not profitable. Look, there is a very good reason why the powers that be are trying so hard to direct you away from using such a readily available, abundant, and inexpensive solution to peak health. In fact, in the 1960s, the pioneering and courageous Dr. Robert Atkins of Atkins Diet fame temporarily lost his license after he publicly reported that he had completely cured, a woman's breast cancer by using oxygen. Then the public rallied and forced the New York State Medical Board to reinstate his license. But they did so only on condition that Dr. Atkins agreed to stop using or publicly encourage the use of oxygen therapy. Just imagine what would happen to large for-profit hospitals, drug companies, and insurance companies if a simple and inexpensive cure was discovered for that list of ailments ranging from AIDS and the Big C to the common cold? How many drug makers and insurance companies would lose their profits if millions of people were suddenly cured of most disease? Do you think for 1 second that this industry really wants you to have this natural cure? No. They want new, expensive, and prolonged treatments to be developed. Cures kill repeat business, and where's the profit in that? And what about the media outlets that get billions of dollars in ad revenue? Especially since deregulation that has allowed direct-to-consumer advertising of prescription medications with that long list of horrific side effects whispered at the end of each ad, no one in the medical establishment has any financial incentive to cure you. Now look, this doesn't mean the individual doctors are evil, greedy people. It just means the system is flawed. You see, the system itself is a cancer, and it is feeding off our illness. Its only incentive is to keep you ill, so testing, treatment, and profits can continue forever. Yet many people the world over have been helped and yes, even cured by these simple therapies. The reason why these simple therapies I'm sharing with you are so powerful lies in one singular fact. Disease and oxygen cannot be in the same space in your body. So by now, you're probably thinking, great, all I need to do is breathe more. Believe me, I wish it were that simple. I've looked at every possible way of increasing oxygen levels at a cellular level. And yes, there have been breathing techniques developed to do just that, and I've tried them with clients. There are also devices called hyperbaric oxygen chambers that people can lie inside, and it will saturate the air inside with oxygen so your blood can't help but start to increase its oxygen levels. But they are extremely expensive. They aren't available in many places. And to really get a total reversal of a severe illness, you have to do it frequently, like every day or every other day as a minimum. Otherwise, you'll get a temporary high or a temporary relief of your symptoms, only to have them come crashing down, and then you have to start over. Some have even resorted to drinking diluted hydrogen peroxide, and those that could stand the awful taste, the nausea, and the digestive discomfort actually got some results. No, I needed a much easier way that would fit into the lives of the everyday person, like me, who could be on the go and still protect their health and experience a constant state of optimum health. And a slew of products under the label of oxygenated water started appearing on the market. Most were complete scams. But there were a few that had some benefit. When I studied them in a lab, I found that despite working to a limited degree, it was at best hit and miss. There was no consistency to it. You never knew what you were going to get. The reason was that there was no oxygen in the water. You see, these oxygenated water products relied on something called acid release. Let me explain. Instead of actually containing water, this so-called oxygenated water actually contained another chemical. And when that chemical got into your stomach, it stimulated the natural acids in your stomach. And when your stomach acids came in contact with the chemical, and it would break apart and then release the oxygen. And then the oxygen molecule would go through the digestive wall and into the blood. And that's where all the poor results were coming from. These products completely depended on this acid being in your stomach to release the oxygen molecule. That's why it's called acid release. For most people, they do not make enough of this acid, and therefore they don't get the amount of oxygen into the blood that they could or should. And that's why they earn the reputation of causing heartburn and nausea for a fair number of people. And that's also why the results were so unpredictable. Fast forward to today. The giant environmental movement has been taking tremendous leaps in technology to make the world less toxic. And one of the new technologies was something called stabilized active oxygen. It was developed by a man named Friedrich Kuhn, and it allows actual oxygen to exist in a natural, safe, non-chemical liquid, so no matter where that liquid goes, the oxygen is actually there to do its magic. So no matter what, you will raise your oxygen levels. All you need to do is put a few drops in water, or most other liquids you commonly drink, like tea or coffee or juice. Drink it and repeat that 2 to 3 times a day, and you'll notice the changes. After testing it out, the results we got were nothing less than spectacular. Now that the formula has been tested and perfected, we decided to call it Nutri02. With just a few drops of Nutri02 in water 3 times a day, you are guaranteed to get the massive healing and immune-boosting power of increased oxygen in your body. Without nasty stomach problems, without hit-or-miss results, without needing to sit in an expensive oxygen chamber. In fact, Nutri02 contains the highest amount of active oxygen available than any other product on the market. That's why people are getting these incredible results. Here's Kimberly with her incredible story. My husband was the one who started using Nutri02. I noticed he was much more calm and far less tired at the end of the day. But one day, he burned the right side of his hand when he accidentally pressed it against a hot pan. Later that night, after he got it bandaged up, he said he wanted to see what happened when he put Nutri02 on his burn. He did it and said the pain and discomfort decreased right after that. The next day, the swelling was gone and the redness had almost vanished. He kept applying it that day, and then the next day, there was a slight scabbing and the burn had almost healed. Neither of us could believe it. That made me think of using it on a cancerous growth that was growing on my neck. I was scheduled for surgery to remove it, and I was dreading it. So I started drinking Nutri02, and like my husband, I applied it to the growth. Nothing happened for a few days, but on the 3rd day, my husband was staring at my neck and said, "Hey, your growth looks different." I went to look at it in the mirror, and he was right. It was, for lack of a better word, dried up. And I think it decreased in size as well, but it was hard to tell. A week later, it literally fell off. The cancerous growth fell off. All that was left was a very small mark on my neck. My doctor could not believe it either. Since then, my husband and I have experienced so much energy and mental clarity. And here's Erica with her story. My son Caleb is really smart and also really sensitive, but he also gets anxious from time to time and is never predictable. When he gets into hyperactive mode, it takes a lot of energy to calm him down. This became a problem when he went to school and became disruptive in class. I kept getting called in, and I also felt like I was being scolded. Everywhere I turned, I was told, "You need to put him on medication." I mean, no hesitation whatsoever. Just like that, the answer was always medication. When I looked at the ingredients of these so-called medications, I was horrified. They were amphetamines. And when I heard about the horror stories of kids who didn't respond well to them, it simply wasn't an option for me. But I didn't know what to do. When I heard about Nutri02, I was at my wit's end. But to my amazement, it really worked. My son's anxiety, hectic, and anxious behavior just disappeared. He wakes up calm and alert, and he has not had any episodes anymore. Thank God I didn't have to put him on medication and turn him into a zombie. And what really angers me is that it was just oxygen. He didn't have a chemical imbalance or a learning disorder. No one else was even willing to try another solution. Then there's Gerald, who used Nutri02 to help his father, who was diagnosed with dementia. I was mortified when he found out his father was diagnosed with dementia. I noticed he had gotten a lot more scattered, but I expected that from someone in their late 60s. But what really made me concerned was his bouts of anger and irrational behavior. Only when I found out these were symptoms of dementia did it start to make sense. But still, I thought it was over. I was going to lose my father. Even if he was here with me in person, mentally he would decay away. I was about to start the medication the neurologist prescribed, but both of us didn't like the idea of taking it. After hearing about Nutri02, it made sense, so I tried it. It made a huge impact on me. Tasteless and odorless, it was easy to take. With my father, it took a couple of days, and I started to notice his skin getting clearer, and he just started to become more lucid. By the end of the week, I couldn't believe the difference in him. He was his old self again, sharp, perceptive, inquisitive, and quick-witted. I am dumbfounded at how the cause and the solution was so simple. He was just not getting enough oxygen. And here's Guy with his experience. After I had been diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, a friend recommended taking this. Of course, at first I was skeptical like all people before taking anything new. When I began taking it, I kept careful records of my daily progress by the amount of rest my body required at certain set times of each day. I wanted to see if, in fact, there were any positive changes in my body. Like anyone, I wanted so badly to feel a real difference, but I knew I had to keep my emotions in check in order to objectively test it out. So I purposely didn't take anything else so I wouldn't get confused as to what product was doing what to my body. Within a few days, I noticed I had more energy, felt less tired, and needed to sleep less. I was cautious not to begin celebrating too early. But after another week, I knew for certain that it was responsible for making me feel more energetic, livelier, and giving me a clearer mind, which previously was foggy. Now, with staggering stories like these, I'm sure you can see why we will be pricing Nutri02 at the higher end of the market. The fact that it has the highest amount of activated, stable oxygen to make sure that every single person that uses Nutri02 can flood their body with life-giving oxygen each and every time requires a high investment to maintain this standard of quality. So we were going to produce this for the desperately ill, the severe cases who could not travel hundreds of miles to lie in an oxygen chamber. But we thought about all the average, everyday people who would not be able to afford Nutri02 if we priced it at a premium. And then if everyone just started taking it, not only did they get increased energy and focus throughout the day, or even reduce the amount of medication they were currently taking, they could prevent minor illnesses from becoming life-threatening. So we got with our marketing team and came up with a possible solution. If we can get a high level of consistent sales, our manufacturing costs go down, and thus we can lower our costs. To do that, we want as many raving testimonials and word-of-mouth marketing as possible. So that is why we're going to let you get Nutri02 now, absolutely free. At this time, what we want is your success stories. We want to hear how your life has been transformed. How, for the first time and as long as you can remember, you can wake up in the morning and feel like you have had a deep, refreshing sleep. And virtually any time you use it, you get a wave of clarity and alertness washing through your brain. How you no longer feel like you're dragging yourself through the day, craving coffee and sugar. For the first time in a long time, your stubborn weight starts to melt off your body because your metabolism is finally moving at the speed it should, and without the need for any drastic diets or lifestyle changes. How even mental fog, memory lapses, and scattered thinking disappears, and you can get deep concentration back in abundance. And we know we will get your raving testimonials. Nutri02 is just that good. But once we have accumulated the testimonials we need, we will begin selling it at $89.95 a bottle. For most of the clients we've worked with, we saw that $89.95 a bottle replaced an average of $300 a month in medications and supplements. Not only that, the people we tested Nutri02 on all had a dramatic decrease in cravings. And because of the high level of natural energy they had, they just didn't get hungry as much. They were satisfied with much smaller meals, so their food bill went down quite a bit too. So to try Nutri02 today, absolutely free, all you need to do is to try one bottle. Just 1 month's supply. Use it and see that it is everything we found it is. We know you will see it as the best investment you have made for your health. Even if you use up the entire bottle, and if you still want to get your money back, all you need to do is contact us within 365 days. That's 1 whole year, and we will refund the purchase price right away. We only want happy customers, and we know that you will be euphoric. That's why we are so confident. Yes, I'm sure some people will use it every day and ask for their money back regardless. But from past experience, most people are honest and just want to live their days free from tiredness, illness, or fear of things getting worse. So for right now and for the next 24 hours, because you are here watching this presentation, you can get your bottle of NutriO2 for our introductory price of $49.95. That's $40 off the future price. Now, if that is not reason enough for you to place your order right now, I'll give you another reason. No matter what the price ends up going up to, you will only have to pay the same price for any future orders. So when we begin marketing NutriO2 on a large scale, others will be paying $89.95 or more for a 1-month supply. But you will only have to pay $49.95. Once you place your order, you will be taken to a page that looks like this. Once you fill in your information and confirm your order, your bottle of NutriO2 will be shipped out and arrive at your door. As you can imagine, this has created an avalanche of orders, so I'm not sure if we even have any NutriO2 in stock at the time you're viewing this. If you don't see 3 options to order NutriO2 below, that means we've run out of inventory, and unfortunately we can't help you. You will have to come back and order at the higher price. But if you do see 3 ordering options, it means we still have some in stock. So as it stands, you have 3 choices right now. Option 1, you can do nothing at all. You can continue to live your life, risk having a bacteria or virus or any condition you may have get worse. Option 2, you can try some of the other options to increase your blood oxygen right now. You may get improvement. If you do, that is wonderful. I want you to get better. And then there's option 3. Try NutriO2. Try it for at least 2 weeks. The instructions are on the bottle. They are easy to follow. In today's world, the idea of having optimum health from food alone just doesn't work. Today, we all need supplements. The food industry has created so much Frankenstein food, we don't know what we're eating anymore. Superbugs are evolving in response to all the antibiotics people are ingesting. Because of the constant and massive exposure to antibiotics in our food supply, these superbugs are strains of bacteria and viruses that have become immune to every antibiotic we know of. Even fresh food like vegetables and fruits have been harvested early, before the full amount of nutrients are developed in the fruits and vegetables. They are sprayed with chemical pesticides and herbicides, and we don't get the nutrients we need. You feel tired, you gain more weight, you get more aches and pains, you catch colds more often. There is no reason for this. All you have to do is click the Add to Cart button that has appeared below and order a bottle of NutriO2. You have nothing to risk whatsoever, but you have so much to gain. Just like these people. I was just trying to get more energy when I tried NutriO2, and that's exactly what I got. It wasn't like a caffeine stimulant type of energy, which I don't like. It was more like I just didn't get tired. But something else happened. My eczema completely healed. I have had eczema problems since I was a teenager, and at 32, I resigned myself to having it for the rest of my life. And after creams and ointments and prescription medications, all of which didn't work, it turns out NutriO2 was able to cure it completely. Meredith. She wasn't the only one to clear up skin problems. Justin also had an unexpected skin miracle as well. I wanted to try NutriO2 to improve my cross-country performance, and it definitely did that. I was recovering faster and making better times with my runs. But soon after I started taking it, I noticed my acne started to clear up. At first, I didn't make the connection, but then it clicked. Now I'm acne-free for the first time in years. And there's Trish, who like many others found it much easier to lose weight once her body started getting the oxygen it really needed. I had been trying to lose weight for some months. The problem was I would start to get tired and weak. This scared me due to some health problems from the past, which I did not want coming back. I thought maybe this might help me feel better while dieting. It worked. Through very healthy eating, drinking lots of water, and exercising, I have lost 3 or more pounds a week. So go ahead and order your first bottle of NutriO2. Choose an option below that you feel most comfortable starting with. If you are a bit hesitant but still want to get all the amazing benefits you've heard, I totally understand. What you can do is order 1 bottle. That's a full month supply. You can relax, not feel pressured, and try it out to your heart's content. And if you just want to get your money back, even if you've used up the whole supply of NutriO2, you just need to let us know within 1 year of receiving it and we'll refund you. We will take on the cost and all the risk. But if you're ready to stock up, maybe you want enough for other family members like your spouse or your children, or maybe your parents or a friend you know who has been struggling with health issues. Then by all means, choose the discounted price multiple bottle options. Our guarantee will still hold. Once you start using NutriO2, you will probably notice a change in your body on the first day. Most people do. You'll notice your mind is clearer, like you have more attention to focus on things. Now that your body is not struggling to get enough oxygen to do what it needs to do, you'll feel extra energy. But it won't be a hyper caffeine-induced buzz. No, it'll be a calm, cool energy, like you have much more endurance. In the afternoon, you'll notice you don't have that 2 p.m. crash anymore. By dinner time, you'll notice you didn't need to drink those extra cups of coffee in the afternoon. And when it's time to sleep, you're going to have the deepest sleep you've had in a long, long time. The next day, you'll wake up feeling sharper than before, like your body got rest for the first time in years. For some, it might take a day or two longer, and if it's a severe condition, it might take a week. But one day, it will happen. I call it the magic moment. It's where you feel like things have truly changed for the better, where you realize the usual pain and discomfort you used to experience has not come back. That it wasn't a fluke or temporary high you had, where you know your struggle for deep and optimal health is finally over, where you know you can support and give attention to the people that mean the most in your life, your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your friends. Until this moment, a part of you is being held hostage by pain and fear, but when the magic moment comes, the fear will be over. This is what I want for you. I want you to get your magic moment as soon as possible. So go ahead, place your order, and begin your transformation as soon as possible. Choose the option that best suits you below. Again, you have nothing whatsoever to risk. In fact, I am taking all the risk. Even if you use an entire bottle and send it back, I will still process your full refund. Again, this is Kevin, and thank you for your time. And please send me your success stories. If you're still here, you probably have some questions. Here are the most common ones we get. Will I experience any side effects? No, this is a completely natural formula. There is nothing artificial contained in Nutri02. Some people do experience a mild detox effect. It can come in the form of temporary frequent bowel movements. With some, it was feeling a bit fatigued for a day or two, and for some it was a mild headache. But these are good signs. They are signs that you are detoxifying. The poisons in your blood that were making you feel tired, sick, are leaving your body. Once they got past the detox symptoms, they felt a powerful resurgence of health, like a wave of oxygen was flooding the inside of their body. So there's nothing to worry about there. How do I use this product? It is really easy for even the busiest of people to use Nutri02. All you have to do is put 15 drops in 8 ounces of water, drink that, and do it 3 times a day. That's it. No complicated therapies, no equipment. It comes in a small bottle, so it is easy for you to take anywhere. Is it okay to take this supplement long term? Yes, absolutely, and that is what is recommended. As mentioned, research suggests that increasing oxygen in your bloodstream is even more important to your health than taking a daily multivitamin. And because inadequate oxygen levels in our blood have been linked through research to more than 170 different diseases and health issues, including obesity and weight gain, we truly believe that everyone should be taking Nutri02 daily to continually fight against any bacteria or viral infections that may otherwise take hold. Does this product contain caffeine or any other stimulants? No, there are no stimulants in Nutri02 whatsoever. In fact, what you'll find is that your need for stimulants like coffee and sugar will decrease dramatically. So much of your body's energy is used up by your body's desperation for oxygen. When you have an abundance of oxygen running through your blood, all that energy is released and available for you. Are there any allergy concerns with this product? Not at all. Nutri02 is manufactured under an allergen-free manufacturing process. Nutri02 is also approved for vegetarians and vegans. If I have a medical condition, can I take this product? Nutri02 is an all-natural formula that is safe and effective for nearly everyone. However, if you take prescription medications or have a medical condition, we recommend that you show a bottle of Nutri02 to your physician and or pharmacist to make sure. But try to speak with a progressive and open-minded physician. Otherwise, many will not be able to see past their medical indoctrination and insist you only take a drug they prescribe. And remember, you can always return it later with our 365 days money-back guarantee. How will this product be shipped to me and how quickly? We will ship your order directly to your home or office, and you will have it within 3 to 5 business days. And if you order today, you'll get to enjoy free shipping. Will anything else be sent to me or billed to me after I order? No, this is not an auto-ship program. You only get shipped what you order today and nothing more. Is it safe to order online from your website? Absolutely. We use a 256-bit secure ordering server, so you're protected the same as if you were ordering from Amazon.com or any other trusted website. How long will the initial low price last? We are unable to guarantee today's pricing beyond today. Once we get enough testimonials and reviews, we will most likely increase the price. What if this product doesn't work for me? NutriO2 was created to work. If for any reason at all you are unsatisfied with your NutriO2 purchase, just let us know and we will refund even empty bottles without question. You're always protected by our industry-best 365 days money-back guarantee. Okay, those are all the frequently asked questions. If you have any more when you start using NutriO2, you have our customer service contact information. We will be happy to answer any question that comes up. So again, if you haven't done so already, place your order right now and start the road to feeling great again.